All right, hi everybody. Now we're live. Let me know if you could hear me okay. This is new software, which might make this computer explode because it's an older one. And oh my, you can see cables and stuff here. I got to fix that. Anyway, today we are still in lockdown in California over here, and I have grown out my hair and grown out my mustache. I want to hear where you guys are tuning in from and how you guys are doing during the COVID-19 lockdown. So please join us in the chat over there to the side or whatever. And do, of course, click subscribe and get the notification button because I'm starting to move most of my videos to live. And I'll still show test results. I'll talk all about the gear. I'll do unboxings and stuff, but I'm just going to start to do them all live so I can, actually get them out more often because editing kind of sucks for me. I'm not an editor, okay? I'm a lover, not an editor, all right? So I tested last year the Blackmagic Design Pocket Cinema Camera, or what I lovingly call the BMPCC4K, and then tested it versus the GH5S. Now, the main question is whether, the BMPCC4K actually gives noticeably better results because it shoots in RAW and also in ProRes. So I actually went to our favorite spot, me and my family's favorite spot, which is Galaxy's Edge in Disneyland, and tested both cameras out. So I shot with both cameras and then actually saw if me and my wife could tell a difference if on a blind test. So I first created an unlabeled version and then had a labeled version that is still a blind test, just differentiating which one was shot on an anonymous camera 1 and anonymous camera 2. Stayed with a single lens, and that is the Zongyi Metacon 25mm with a variable ND filter on both cameras. Those who are joining later, I would love to get your guess on which camera is which after I play these. So first I'm going to play you guys the unlabeled version, and then I'm going to play the labeled version. Now, I color graded both of these the exact same way. I used Filmconvert and already matched the two together. Now, Filmconvert plugin is calibrated for each camera, for each picture setting, but there is a bit of a difference because of gamma, capture things. Anyway, so for the BMPCC 4K, I shot in 8:1 compression ratio, which does make it a little bit softer, but I needed to save card space. I did not want to spend a few extra $100 on super large and super fast cards in order to do this test. So I went 8:1 and I color graded it from the film, look, gamma, whatever you call it. And then on the GH5S, I was shooting in Vlog-L and 150 megabits per second 4K 10-bit. All right, let's actually just go ahead and start with the unlabeled version of my edit. And here we go. Okay, so has anybody any thoughts of like actually seeing a difference so far? Please feel free to put it down there. Actually, a long time listener, Trevor, actually says that I own both these cameras and at the same time, I'm guessing, for about 1.5 years. You can match the colors sort of, but they have distinctly different flavors of look. Yeah, absolutely. I definitely agree with you that they have very different flavors. There are cuts I think in general are the GH5S and others the Pocket 4K. In general, the footage that is sharper is the GH5S. Okay, that's a very interesting thought. Okay, interesting. I would love to know what you guys are, why, from your experience, that is. Is it because you have noticed that overall it's softer in the BMPCC 4K footage? Or is it because of the encoding, the 821? Is it just in general you believe that it is a softer camera, even using the same lens, the same color settings, and everything? All right, so let's take a look at it, the labeled version that's still anonymously labeled. Okay, so that is the anonymous unlabeled version over there. It seems like some people are already putting their votes in. Well, by people I mean by Trevor. Trevor is on top of making a vote. So camera, okay, let's take a look at what Trevor was actually talking about while it was playing. Trevor votes for the Pocket is camera 1. Now, let's see, Nasser says that it's difficult to distinguish. Trevor adds the additional comment that camera 2 has way more shadow noise, which makes me think that it's the GH5S. But isn't the GH5S amazing in low light, in low noise? May I make you question your thoughts right now. Okay, so before I actually reveal the secret of which one is camera 1 and which one is camera 2, I want the people that are watching the pre-recorded after this live stream, I'm going to reveal what the answer is, but just put in what you originally thought it was in the comments, okay? So, the two cameras are similar, Nasser says. Okay, this is the last chance, Nasser, for you to vote. And also, if he's still here, he or she is still here, Nameless. Okay, so Nasser, Nameless, are you going to vote before we actually reveal the truth? Ah, some shots crossed over in your mind, huh, Nameless? Okay, let's add that up here. Nameless Vision says, I initially thought camera 2 was the pocket, however, some shots crossed over. So, I guess you're undecided. So, is both Nasser and Nameless Vision undecided? Okay, last chance to vote. And people who are watching the pre-recorded, put down in the little comment section. Hey, Basil's jumping in. Camera 1 is back magic. What kind of back magic are you talking about? Baby got back? Okay, you know I've been stuck indoors too much. Okay, so Dan says, hi Dan. BMPCC4K. What you got to tell me which one is camera 1, camera 2 before you start naming a camera. So are you saying camera 1 or camera 2 is BMPCC4K? Camera 1 is black magic, says Basil, reiterating with proper spelling this time. Okay, so we have 2 votes for camera 1 being black magic and other people being a little undecided. So I will actually go ahead and reveal right now. Nasser says it is very difficult. Oh, and now Basil is confirming that 2 is a GH5S. Dan clarified that camera 1 is BMPCC4K. Yes, those who voted camera 1 is the black magic are correct. You guys are way nerdier in terms of tints than I am, apparently. Even after the Filmconvert LUT, you guys got it right. So Trevor says the black magic color science has a very particular rendering, especially in skies and foliage, that I like, but may not be to everybody's taste. Camera 1 definitely has BM skies. Congratulations to those who voted for black magic being camera 1 and GH5S being camera 2. You guys are correct. And I guess the people who have actually used these cameras can guess most accurately. Now, the question is, like, you know, does that make enough of a difference to choose one over another? It was a very difficult decision for me. It looks like Basil is, I don't know why he's having a red balloon right there, or is you can float too or something, Basil? I don't know, that's kind of creepy. But now you have fire, so that's better. Move the camera, rolling shutter, and we can see. Except, I didn't want to do that. I want to do easy pans and stuff. And then Basil just... Okay, you are celebrating really hard, Basil. Am I saying your name correctly, or is it Basel? Or something? Anyway, I am going to have you guys subscribe and get notifications because more of these fun games as well as live reviews are coming. And that is, for the people who are watching pre-recorded, we are going into just chit-chat, shoot the shit mode right here. So you like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and you can move on. But here, we're going to hang out because I need human connection with you guys. Okay, so what have you guys really... Okay, which cameras do you guys actually own? First of all, I want to know, like, what is your, you know, usual poison? I don't know. How do you say that? Oh, okay. Basil. You can make the GH5S look like BM with Filmconvert. But I actually did use Filmconvert. I think, do you mean actually by adjusting the color correction tab? Because I didn't really touch that. I did use the lumetri to raise the shadows a little bit on the black magic so that the gamma curve isn't that different. Filmconvert didn't really seem to correct the fact that the film look on the black magic was a bit more contrasty. I actually like that because straight out of the camera, black magic film look is very close to the kind of airy look that I like. Of course, I want to grade that a little bit. Strong zoom. Here you can see zoom. Strong zoom. What is strong zoom? Okay, the GH5S is way noisier than I expected. I'm a little surprised. It should be better than the GH5. Do you mean by just the shadows even in the well-lit scenes? I would say that maybe a little bit is grading. A little bit could be just the fact that I was, you know... What was I going to say? I was actually... editing this and then compressing it, and it's being recompressed online again on live stream. You know, it could be that. But if you see a really clear difference between the two, so that's so obvious, then that's very interesting. I got to rewatch actually. Okay, Trevor. Thank you, Trevor. I appreciate it. So Basil said thank you. But yeah. Right now, I'm shooting on the BMPCC4K and a Panasonic S1H. I sold the GH5 to upgrade to S1H. It is way better. IMH. In my humble opinion, IMHO. Yeah, I'm guessing that's what he said. Yeah, okay, that's great. I'm considering the S1H, except it's a huge like shift in the whole system. I got to get new lenses if I want to shoot in, you know, full frame. I know that you could crop down and use micro four thirds lenses. I need an adapter, all that stuff. I need new batteries, new everything. Was it a very painful process for you? Okay, Nasser says I want to see dark scene. Then we can determine which camera. Okay, actually, let's go ahead and let me play back something for you, and I'll keep my audio going. I'm gonna play this back again, just for shits and giggles. All right, you can hear me. I'm gonna lower the volume of this. Let me scroll forward to the nighttime scenes here. Okay, not nighttime, in Oga's Cantina. Anybody been to Disneyland and Star Wars Galaxy's Edge before? Nobody? Anybody? Anybody? It's pretty fun. It's pretty fun. Very expensive if you want to buy anything, especially these drinks. So camera 1, as we revealed, is BMPCC4K. A bit more contrasty. I didn't correct for all the shadows. And camera 2 is GH5, and I did not crunch those to match with the BMPCC4K either. So yeah, for those of you that actually were able to tell the difference, yeah, you have located a nuance. Now, because I didn't crunch the GH5S's, shadows, that could reveal the noise more. Okay, Trevor, sorry to block the playback, guys. But yeah, Trevor's saying that moving to the S1H, he used dumb adapters for CZJ, Nikkor Russian, and Canon FD glass, the MC21 for Zeiss, and Sigma glass. That's pretty cool. So you pretty much did not have to revamp your entire kit. That's great. Unfortunately, I do use a lot of, native glass for my kit, like micro four thirds glass. I do have a couple of Canon left where I didn't want to reinvest. But yeah, it would be kind of a expensive undertaking in a time in which we're not making much. Yeah. But I would love to, actually test, the two out, GH5 versus the S1H. Do you ever make a little test of your own, Trevor? I would love to take a look at it. But just to give you a little teaser for you guys that are still staying with me right now here, I am going to be testing, things to actually help you blog while you're stuck at home. But the Canon G7X Mark III is my next camera to review. But I am also going to be reviewing certain tools that will help you as filmmakers in general, including whether the Black Pro Mist is a good filter to just leave on, the 1/8. And also, I am going to be reviewing this little gimbal accessory, if you could see it with that super high contrast, stable lens, so allowing you to switch between lenses or just simply balance better on a gimbal with the camera. It shows like what looks like a GH5 on there, but my initial impression is that it may work better on larger cameras with larger lenses, more cinema, like halfway point, like I don't know, the GH5S or whatever, but I don't want to spoil too much. I will actually assemble it on camera live in front of you guys, and you could, join in on, hey, you could try this, you could try that. So both those, hold on. Okay. Trevor says, I only own full frame lenses specifically for this reason. Hey, cool. Yeah, that's a good idea, especially if you know you're going to bounce in between. Basil said, "Hey everyone, they shot a whole Hollywood movie, and showed it in theaters nationwide with an iPhone 7 and $15 Filmic Pro." Yes, I heard about that, and I also actually posted an episode of how the iPhone 11 Pro saved my ass when I was supposed to film a friend's wedding while attending it at the same time. So check out that episode. Absolutely, I could use more people clicking on my videos, so go check it out. I use Filmic Pro over there, and I have to say that worked decently. Let's see. Okay, Basil says both. So both those two cameras, the BMPCC4K and the what did I do? The GH5S are great, but it's the eyes and mind behind the cam. I hope my mind and my eyes were okay with that. I was half on vacation and half shooting with those. I was with my toddler, well, actually baby at the time. I think, well, okay, toddler, sure. And it was a hot day, so I wasn't entirely, I just wanted to challenge me and my wife to tell the difference. So that's not what I would deliver to a client necessarily. Okay. All right, Nasser says, hello, I have to go to work. I take two GH4s and 12 to 35 millimeter tonight documentary. I wish you a lot of fun. I will see everything again. Bye tomorrow. You saying? Sir? Later, Nassar. Okay. For sure, you can shoot a feature film with the Pocket 4K easily, and the GH5S would be more challenging, but for sure you can. Well, in which ways do you think it would be more challenging? I personally think the GH5S, when you shoot in Vlog, is more than capable, because I actually don't necessarily need RAW. Just shooting in log works for me. Like a commercial that I shot with the Alexa Mini, and I was a director for that, so I had other people nerd out, but I definitely was being nerdy on that. I had them shoot in ProRes for a quicker delivery time around, because it's like every shot ends up being just a couple of seconds on a really fast-paced thing. You can actually see the commercial. It's the HG Casino commercial. It's in the collabs, work and collabs playlist on the channel. I mean, anyone wants to make film. I have lost the track of this conversation. People that are watching the post-live version of this, I wonder. Oh, Usain. Okay, Usain is the name of that movie that was shot on iPhone 7. I'm guessing maybe the iPhone 7 Plus, because it has a better camera, I believe. I actually still have the iPhone 7 Plus. That's actually my kid's game phone right now. Everything's kind of handing me down. So I have the iPhone 11 Pro, with the triple cameras on there. And my kid could still make movies with it, I guess. Yeah. Okay, cool. Well, the GH5S would require more filters to take the edge off the sharpness. And for sure, the NR they use in their compression is too high and you can't take it off. Oh, so you think it's too high even when you reduce the NR in the picture settings? I think it almost eliminates it for me. I still have to test all I, like the 400 megabits all I on 4K settings. But it feels like much cleaner when you turn noise reduction all the way down to -5. Yeah, but to each their own. But I will agree with you that if I were to make a film, I would, and I have the means in order to get all the cards and all the hard drives, and I want to edit in RAW, or just feel more in control, I would use the BMPCC4K. I was considering that as a go-to camera to replace the GH5 actually, but decided against it because for shooting events, that's going to eat up card or drive space like super fast. I did have shot on events in which people have shot with either the 4K or the 6K pocket cameras though. Well, thank you, Junior Franza. Nice, man. Well, thank you. Did you use the DVR to watch the entire thing? Okay. So, oh man, this live stream is like now 32 minutes. But I will have to wrap up now before I become a rambling little bumbling idiot on screen, because eventually the caffeine will wear off and I'll start going. Bleh. But okay, coming up, we also have live EOS HD Pro Color Sony camera settings test live as well. And I mentioned a Black Pro Mess test, and I'm also going to be unboxing and testing the G7X Mark III, which might be interesting for those that are getting more into blogging, which is, I guess, a lot of people are doing now that we're all trapped at home. Hey, my wife is starting a channel too. And I'm also going to be trying to get my hands on a Mavic Air 2 in order to test out. If you have any requests for certain things that I could get my hands on and test out before you guys want to even take the trouble on, I'm your man. Just make a request, message me on at Onyx Cinema on Instagram. I should actually create a little graphic for that, shouldn't I? Yeah, I agree with you. The GH5S is a way more convenient camera. In fact, it's so much easier to shoot that Galaxy's Edge test with. Vericam Color Science, that's why I bought it. Yeah, I believe you. The S1H, man, it makes me a little bit I guess jealous, but I think I'll wait for the S2H to come out. Yeah, I think I will. And Junior says BMPCC4K is his preference. Yeah. So, okay, I got to wrap up now, guys, but feel free to hit me up on Instagram. I'm, in fact, going to go ahead and put up a little text right now. And on Nick Cinema, add that schnizzle right here. And please do like and subscribe if you haven't already to show me your love. And I'm going to be putting some affiliate links as well. That kind of helps in keeping this channel going. Yeah, anyway, so hit me on Instagram, affiliate links that I've posted anywhere in my descriptions. Please click on those. If not to buy anything, just to show to people that I could potentially get gear for me to review for you guys that I'm actually alive and I could actually get you to look at me. So yeah, that wasn't silly at all, was it? No, it's more like desperation. Anyway, so thank you, Trevor, Junior, Basil, Nasser, and Nameless. And am I missing anybody? I don't think so. For joining. So see you guys next time. I'm guessing I'm going to see you next time, Trevor. Oh yeah, and to answer your question, Basil, I'm using Ecamm Live to stream. I was deciding between that and OBS for a little while. Let me go ahead and bring up the website for you. It's nice and easy to use. I like it over OBS in terms of user friendliness, but you could do pretty much most everything for free in OBS that Ecamm can. So if you are on a money crunch, just use OBS, I would say. So this is ecamm.com. Yeah. Okay, thanks for joining, everybody. Actually, that's a question that Basil asked. Okay, this is always kind of a pitter-patter end of my live streams here. I will stop before I go way off being on top. I was never on top. That sounds wrong. Okay, see you guys.